Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. Now, today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Hedera Hashgraph. As you guys already know, one of my favorite assets. I don't really have to talk too much about that, of course, but I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's happening in the market, what's pretty much happening around the world, if you will. So, with that being said, we do see these banks and these big financial giants pretty much warning of, a crypto black swan event that, crypto is going to be basically crashing. That's going to be the end of the world for crypto investors, etc. We do see here that the Bank of England says growing interest in crypto assets by institutional investors, banks, and payment operators is a concern. Honestly, a lot of this stuff that comes out, when I see FUD regarding crypto, for an example, it flips bullish for me. And the reason why I say that is because when we look at things, right, CNBC is a great way of actually analyzing this. Whenever they say buy Bitcoin, it's always when it's already pumped like 30% plus. And then they tell you not to buy it when it's at like these levels, right, at like 32K. Because it's down 50% from its all-time high, and that's it. It's over. It's the end of the world. Whenever you see something like that, like when you see the news tell you to do something, do the complete opposite, because it always plays out perfectly. They said that Bitcoin was in a bubble at 3K, at 10K, at 20K, at 30K, at 40K. They kept saying it, and it just rose and rose and rose. So always do the opposite of what the news will tell you to do. And the same thing is happening here, right? They're saying that this is a concern. Worldwide adoption is a concern for Bitcoin and crypto markets overall. So when we see here, right, we're seeing in the report published Tuesday, the UK central bank pointed to bearish conditions in the crypto market since May that have seen the price of Bitcoin fall by around 50%. We do see, despite spillovers to broader financial markets from crypto being limited, the Bank of England said that the growing interest in crypto assets by institutional investors, banks, and payments operators is a concern. These developments could increase the interlinkages between crypto assets and other systemic financial markets and institutions, the report said. Crypto exposure among financial institutions has been highlighted as a threat previously, with the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, Basel Committee suggesting last month that banks could set aside capital to cover losses in full. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the BIS and stuff like that. I think that this is great for crypto. I don't even understand why they're saying that this is a concern. I personally don't see it as a concern. I think that's very bullish for crypto. And I think that, a lot of these people don't want to realize what's happening, especially these big banks, right? I've talked about Hbar for quite some time. I've talked about these DLT technologies forever now, or what seems like forever at least. And I've mentioned it time and time again, where I say that the DLT technologies are going to further advance our financial systems to a new extent where we never even thought possible. And I truly believe that, and I will continue to believe that, because we are already kind of seeing it happen already. XRP was the first test of this flight. And XRP, trust me, for all you H-barbarians out there, XRP is also a big giant in the room that not a lot of people know about yet, or they talk about it. A lot of people still doubt it, right? A lot of people are still doubting XRP and what it's going to do. That's totally fine. Listen, I think Hbar and XRP are both big winners. I think I hold both of them. I hold a lot more Hbar than XRP at this point because I keep accumulating Hbar. But I will say this. These DLT technologies are going to change the world of finance. And I said it time and time again that these banks and these big financial institutions do not want the power to be taken out of their hands. But guess what? It's happening. It's going to be happening very soon as well. These banks are just warning you to get out of crypto before it actually goes off. Do not listen to the FUD. But with that being said, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit more about some other stuff regarding Hbar. Now, this is actually a tweet from an XRP supporter himself. This is King Solomon, XRP_owl. If you guys know him, basically he's been supporting XRP for quite some time. Now, he's basically saying Hbar will be at least double digits in value before 2030. And I strongly do think that we could see double digits even this bull run if things play out the way that I believe that they will, especially once we do see staking and sharding coming into this game. I mean, those are big, trust me, those are big game changers for Hbar. Now, we do see there's nothing anyone can say to change my stance on the matter. Now, when we talk about by 2030, right, I think by 2030, Hbar could be at triple digits. Now, I know that he's trying to be conservative here, and trust me, I've already been conservative. I've been conservative enough with Hbar to tell you guys the fact that I do think that by the end of this bull run, we could see $3 to $6. My personal target point is about $10 for Hbar. Now, I don't know if $10 is going to happen this bull run, but I do think that's a highly possibility that we could see $10. Now, of course, we do need more volume, so we need more exchanges. Coinbase would definitely help, but I love the fact that we are seeing a lot more people come to the idea of Hbar. Now, of course, King Solomon, he's a holder of XRP, ALBT, Hbar, and even QNT. Now, I support all four of those assets. Those are huge winners. Awesome job for Solomon to really kind of hold those four. Those are big giants. Now, when we talk about Hbar getting up to these massive price predictions, listen, it doesn't have too much to really kind of go before it gets to this point. Right now it's sitting at about a $1.5 billion market cap. If it got back to, or even if it pumped to about a $10 billion market cap, it would nearly be in the top 10 at least, right? And that's nothing. I honestly think when we look at Litecoin, right, Listen, Litecoin is going to move significantly this bull run. But when we look at Litecoin having about an $8.4 billion market cap off of absolutely nothing, I mean, Litecoin is honestly one of the most useless assets in this game. I strongly do believe it. But hey, Litecoin did its thing. It's a great asset. It's at triple digits, whatever. I laugh at the fact that we don't need too much more volume or even money to flow in for Hbar to be in the top 10, to be in even the top 5, right? So I do think that at some point in time, we could see double digits for Hbar, especially considering the fact that even at double digits, we'd only be worth about a $90 billion market cap. Now, I do know that that is crazy to think because the prices that we're seeing right now are very low, with a lot of these assets being worth 45 billion, whatever. But we got to remember that Dogecoin also did almost a $90 billion plus market cap this bull run, and it's sitting at almost the same price as Hbar right now. But the difference is that Dogecoin has over 130 billion in circulating supply. But not only that, but it's massively inflated with over I think it was 100 million released a day for Dogecoin, which is crazy to think about. But it truly shows that, once we get to a price point of about $3 plus, the FOMO event that will happen will be massive. Don't underestimate FOMO in this game. Trust me, it's the biggest thing that you can pretty much miss out on. Now, with that being said, I do have one more thing to talk about truly in this video. Now, this is coming from Hbar to the Moon, basically saying myth. Hedera is patented and centralized, therefore nobody will use it, which we've seen this multiple times, right? A lot of people say this biggest FUD statement for a lot of people to really kind of, base themselves saying, I missed out on, getting in this, which they really haven't yet. I mean, they have the possibility to stack their Hbar right now. But we do see reality. It is the most decentralized and can't fork, therefore is already the most utilized network by enterprises and small startups. And even we see in the comments, we do see Hedera is doing the thing while most blockchains are only talking about doing the thing at some indeterminate point in the future. And I do think that this is the truth, right? We're seeing Hbar pretty much achieve what blockchain technology has been trying for over 11 years to achieve. And there's actually an interview where Mance himself said that Lehman's basically solved the problem that blockchain has had for years now. And I honestly think that everything at some point in time will be running on the Hashgraph. I strongly believe it. Hashgraph technology isn't your typical blockchain. When people compare ADA or XRP or even anything like that to Hbar, I just sit back and laugh. You can't compare them to. You just can't. It's not like comparing apples to oranges because they're both fruit. It's more so like comparing. It's so hard to even think of an analogy because they're so completely different. They're the same breed of currency. They're in crypto, of course, but what Hbar is doing compared to XRP, to ADA, to all these other assets is night and day. Hbar is furthering blockchain technology to an extent where it's basically making it obsolete. I do think that at some point in time, everything will be running on the Hashgraph. Now, it's not going to take 2 days or 2 years or even 20 years, but it is going to take some time. I do think that at some point in time, later in the future, maybe 10 years down the road or so, we are going to see a lot more things running on the Hashgraph technology that we haven't even thought possible yet. And the reason for it is because of the scalability, the security factor, the low-cost fees, stuff like that. The potential that Hbar really unlocks for a lot of these businesses, these companies, and even these assets alone is what will truly drive the adoption factor for Hbar. And we really haven't even seen that yet at this point. Blockchain technology will always be a thing. It's always going to be around. But Hashgraph technology is so farther, ahead of the game than blockchain, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below, of course. As always, I personally think that Hbar is the future for this entire space almost. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys can follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial. You guys can also join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.